Well, hello YouTube! Hey guys, it's Fletch. Welcome back to the Big Sky Tactical channel here in Big Sky Country, also known as Montana. And welcome back to my garage. Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the differences between the older offerings from Smith & Wesson and the M&P 15 line and the M&P 15 Sport. And also the Sport is indicative of the changes that M&P or that Smith & Wesson and their M&P line is making to all of their rifles. So we're going to kind of talk about that as well. So stick around, we'll be right back. Alright guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. I know that you have lots of other things that you could be doing today, and I'm honored that you'd be willing to watch my video, so thank you very much. As I mentioned in the introduction, today we're going to be looking at two different variations of the M&P 15 line from Smith & Wesson. Now on top of what you're looking at there is the discontinued version of the M&P 15 MOE. And MOE, for those of you that may not know, stands for Magpul Original Equipment. And so you got some Magpul goodies on there, plus you get some built-in upgrades to the rifle itself. It's sporting a Vortex Strike Fire red dot optic on the top up here. And then over here, what you're looking at, that is a Fab Defense tactical weapons light holder, and then I've got a 200 lumen tactical flashlight in there. Down on the bottom, what we're looking at here is this is a current production M&P 15 Sport, or actually they just changed them recently, and one of the ways that you can tell if you look on both of these, the M&P 15 is painted or silkscreen, however you want to put it, on there, and the new ones, it is embossed on there, meaning that it's like actually stamped into the metal. So if you were, on the newer ones, if you were to feel it across there, you would actually be able to feel the indentation on there. But anyways, and what you're looking at here on it, that is an EO Tech red dot optic, or holographic optic, however you want to put it. Up front here, we've got the LZ tactical light mount that mounts into your front sight post, and then it has a Maglite tactical light in it. So now that we kind of understand the basics of what we're looking at and the equipment that's on here and everything, let's go ahead and dive right in and start talking about what the differences are between the two rifles. Right off the bat, you'll notice that this older MOE model, and if you look right here in front of this bayonet, that it's got a forward assist and it's got a dust cover, and the dust cover happens to be closed. On the M&P 15 Sport, you are giving up the forward assist that would normally be here and the dust cover. Now for some of you, you're going to say that's no big deal, I don't need it. Perfect. As long as you understand that and what the purpose of the forward assist and the dust cover are. The purpose of the dust cover is to, like, when you're not actively using the weapon, is that you keep the dust cover closed. And then as soon as you start using the weapon, the dust cover flies open and it stays open from that point on. So it keeps dust, dirt, debris, different things like that from getting inside your weapon. There's a reason why that is part of the mil-spec process, and it has the dust cover on there because it does serve a function. Secondly, the forward assist. The purpose of the forward assist is as the bolt is coming forward out of the chamber here, and it comes forward and it grabs a round out of your magazine and then puts it up into the chamber. If for whatever reason it's not able to go all the way forward and properly seat so that you get, well, let's just say a full reset, and you have a live trigger and you're able, to pull the trigger and make the round fire. If that happens, if you have a forward assist, all you do is you take the heel of your hand and you press on here, smack it a couple of times, and that pushes your bolt forward so that it seats properly and that you can fire the round. You don't have to do a tap rack bang drill immediately. The first thing you can do is just tap on the forward assist a few times. So again, there is a reason why that is on the AR-15 battery of arms. It is part of the mil-spec process. It is there for a reason and a purpose. Now, whether or not that's important to you is up to you, obviously. If I had to pick, if I had to choose, would I want one like this without the forward assist and without the dust cover? No, I wouldn't. But that's just me. That doesn't mean I think you're wrong. If you disagree with me, it just means that we agree to disagree. But again, so those are the first two things that you're going to notice immediately that are different between these two models. Now the next thing that you're going to notice in physical appearance of these units is that the M&P 15 Sport does not have the M4 contoured barrel up here. It does have the bayonet lug just like the others, but it doesn't have the M4 contoured barrel that's on there. But everything else is relatively the same as far as the physical appearance of it. Now there's also going to be a little bit of difference between the appearance on this M&P 15 Sport and the MOE, because the MOE has got the Magpul goodies on there. So also keep that in mind. Now the next thing that you're going to see on here that is different is on the M&P 15 Sport model right here. You're going to see that this is a forged trigger housing that's on here down on the bottom. Whereas, let's say on the MOE, you'll see right here, just right above the tip of this AK-47 bayonet, is that on, as true to the older battery of arms on AR-15 platform, the trigger housing down here on the bottom is replaceable. On the M&P 15 Sport, it is not. It is a little bit enhanced, meaning that it does dip down a little bit to give you room to get possibly a gloved finger in there or something like that. But it is not replaceable. You can't put something else in there. It is all completely forged in there. So it is quite a bit different than what your basic AR-15 battery of arms is in that light as well. Moving forward now to the differences in the innards, so to speak, of the weapons. The M&P 15 Sport, the only parts of it that are chrome lined is your gas key and your bolt. That's it. Your older models of the M&P 15 line all have a chrome lined barrel, chamber, gas key, and bolt carrier group. So there are some major differences between those, and you're giving up, in my opinion, you're giving up quite a bit of that when you go to the M&P Sport versions. Now, is that important to you? Only you can make that decision. No one else can make that for you. That being said, do you really need to have all of this mil-spec stuff if you're just a weekend warrior, a back 40 running gunner, however you want to put it? Do you really need all that? Only you can decide that for yourself. And so I'm just telling you what the differences are between those and what my opinions are. Now, the next thing that you're going to notice that's different between these two models is that the older models have a 1 in 9 twist barrel, and it is a chrome lined barrel. The newer weapons, as well as this Sport model, have a 1 in 8 twist. And they also have a melanite finish that's in the barrel. Now, I guess I would say that the melanite could be considered maybe to be more of an accurate coating than what a chrome lined coating wood, or what you might call a quote-unquote match grade barrel compared to a chrome lined barrel, but the chrome lined barrel is going to last a lot longer. That's the reason why it's part of the mil-spec process. Now, the whole melinite thing in the barrels is still relatively new. Well, let me rephrase that. Compared to how long the chrome line technology of a barrel has been around compared to melinite, in the future, melinite may be, found to be as effective but not as expensive as doing the chrome line process, but it's not there yet. So just be aware of that. That you're when you go to the sport models or the newer models of the M&P 15 line, that you're not getting a chrome line barrel, that you're getting the melinite barrel, and it has a 1 in 8 twist. There are several differences between these models. It's not just the forward assist and the dust cover, as a lot of people would lead you to believe. You are giving up other aspects of the weapon. The pricing between the two is going to be quite a bit different. Like the MSRP on the M&P 15 Sport right now is about $700. The MSRP on the MOE version is about $1,300. And so, there is quite a bit of a difference there. Now, I will also tell you, as I mentioned earlier, that the differences with like just having a chrome lined gas key and bolt on the M&P 15 Sport appears to be the direction that Smith & Wesson is going with the M&P 15 line. I spent quite a bit of time on their website today researching the weapons and how they're changing and evolving compared to like my discontinued model MOE. And the only ones of the current models that I could find, that had like a chrome lined barrel and a chrome lined chamber is the M&P 15X, the X model. And the X model also has a metal handguards up here that have built-in Picatinny rails on them, but the rest of it also has those upgrades that are on there. And for those of you that are interested, I'll annotate it right here and put a link to it, and I'll kind of help you understand if you don't know what, generally speaking, it's not everything, but it's the major things about the differences that make an AR-15 platform rifle as close to mil-spec as what a civilian can own. All right, so now, all that being said, you might ask me, so Fletch, what's the big deal? If this is all I can afford, is this a dependable weapon? Absolutely, hell yeah, it sure is. I have taken this rifle out and shot it quite a bit. Even did some movement and different things like that, and it has not jammed or no failure to feed, failure to eject, or anything like that. And so in my opinion, it is a dependable weapon. A couple of other things is that the M&P 15 Sport does have some of the nice upgraded features, like it does have a magnetic particle tested bolt that's in there, just like you have on the MOE versions, which is part of the mil-spec process. And so it looks like the bolt and the bolt carrier are pretty much the same. Your buffer tube and the springs and all that are pretty much exactly the same. You've got the same front sight post, M2 flash hider. And so a lot of the quote-unquote goodness that Smith & Wesson gives to the M&P 15 line are still there, but not everything. And so if you're looking for it to be as close as mil-spec as possible, make sure that you're actually looking at what parts of it are still chrome lined. And like I mentioned earlier, the M&P 15X model, as of October of 2012 anyways, is one of the only ones that in fact still has a chrome lined chamber as well as barrel bore. So be aware of that. Most of the newer models that are coming out are more like the M&P 15 line, where all you have is a chrome line gas key and bolt. All right, guys. So if you have any questions about the differences between the M&P 15, like the sport models or the MOE models, the older models, or anything like that, please feel free to leave your questions and comments below. Video responses are absolutely welcome if you want to show the rest of us your M&P 15. So thank you very much, guys. I greatly appreciate your time today. I hope you're having a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.